Steelseries recently launched these two mice, the Sensei 310 and the Rival 310. Both of these are basically the same mouse, with a slight minor difference in that the Sensei is actually ambidextrous and has buttons on both sides, whereas the Rival is a right-handed only mouse. Now, I'm mostly going to be preferring the Rival here, as while I am actually left-handed, I have kind of learned to just be a sort of normal person and use my right hand for, gaming and stuff like that with the mouse. So that is my personal preferred option, but I want to make it clear that the actual internals, the TrueMove 3 sensor, in fact the custom TrueMove 3 sensor, is actually the same in both, and they're basically the same mouse, besides obviously the overall exterior design. Taking a quick look around them, starting with the Rival, you can see that this is actually a pretty nice shape. This actually fits my hand really nicely. I think I have relatively average sized hands for a male, and I would say that the right-handed design is actually really nice. Both mice have a grippy rubber texture on both sides, which is actually really nice for just being able to hold on very well, and these are ridiculously light. Both mice weigh about 90 grams, and it really does feel like there's nothing inside them. It feels like it's just the plastic shell, which does help with stuff like CSGO, where you're trying to do really quick flick shots and stuff like that, obviously on nice mouse mats too. Staying on the Rival 310, look on the left hand side, you'll see the two main buttons. These are actually quite large, they're easy to hit, they're actually pretty perfectly placed, and I'm really overall impressed with them. On the top you have the scroll wheel, left and right clicks, and the DPI switching button, and of course you can change all of this in the software as well, which is actually really nice for both the Sensei and the Rival, where you can change the LED colors, and of course the overall settings for your CPI, and obviously the button combinations and stuff like that. A quick look at the Sensei, as this is a slightly different shape. As you can see, you do have buttons on both the left and the right, and grippy pads on either side. This is a little more of a slimline design rather than the Rival, which sticks up a tiny bit more, but otherwise it's fairly similar, but obviously more ambidextrous shaped, so if you do want to use it with your left hand or right, that is all perfectly fine. On the bottom of both of the mice you have three main sort of glide pads. These are really nice. They're actually removable and replaceable if you want to, and you wear them out or whatever, which is also quite cool. And as I said, you have the sensor in the middle. This is a PixArt TrueMove 3 sensor. It's actually a custom one for these mice. Goes up to 12,000 CPI and is just really impressive. My experience gaming on these has been fantastic. I was playing on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, CSGO, as you'll see in this footage, and of course plenty of other games including Doom and GTA and stuff like that, as well as general day-to-day use. Now, these aren't necessarily mouse that I'm personally going to prefer for day-to-day use. I like wireless mouse for day-to-day use just because it gives you a bit more freedom on your desk and stuff like that. The Logitech MX Master does a fine job of that one, but I would mention that for gaming, either of these are incredible mice. The sensor is fantastic. It's a PixArt TrueMove 3. It's a custom one for these mice, goes up to 12,000 DPI, and is really just very impressive. As you can see in the footage for CSGO, I am clearly the bottleneck in this situation, and I'm, as I said, just really impressed with them. When it comes to pricing, both of these mice at the time of filming are listed for £60 or $59.99 in the UK. I suspect that's a fairly similar price in the US as well, which actually puts them at a pretty decent value considering the sensor and overall just general mouse that you get. And of course you do have stuff like the Rival 500 and Rival 700 on the slightly higher end if you want a more MMO or just generally kind of higher end vibration-y kind of experience. But if you want a light CSGO, esports kind of awesome, the thing that the pros actually use kind of mouse, then either of these are fantastic shouts. I really don't have too many things to complain about here. The mice have just generally been pretty fantastic in my experience so far, and the grippy texture on the side is fantastic. The overall shape and comfort has been brilliant, and I really don't have too much bad to say about it. If you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, but let's go on to the scoring. For me, I think this has to be a 4.5 money. It is a little bit more expensive than some of the other more esports offerings, but these are still fantastic. Performance has to be a 5 here, as does functionality. In terms of styling, for me, these are really nicely designed, very subtle. Still got that RGB in there as well, so I'm going to go with a 5 as well. And I think a TechteamGB score has to be a 5, and both of them get a top tier award. These are utterly fantastic mice, and I genuinely recommend them if you're after a professional gaming kind of mouse. If you really want the best of the best, at least at this point anyway. I really do recommend it. So that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, found it useful and informative. If you did, feel free to take a look at the links in the description down below for more information on both of these mice. And of course, if you want to support the channel and keep me making these videos on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday basis, then please do use the Amazon and Overclockers UK affiliate links in the description down below. It genuinely does help me out and very much supports the channel. So if you do that, that would be fantastic. There's also a merchandise link and a Bitcoin wallet address if you want to support me in other ways too. And yeah, I guess that's kind of that really. I'll leave some other videos over here for you. I just checked out the Thermaltake Level 10M mouse, which is kind of a very interesting laser wireless mouse. I'll be interested to hear what you think of that one, so feel free to take a look at the video that should be hopefully over here. And otherwise, feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed it, of course, and otherwise we'll see you all in the next video.